All over Africa, the traditional institution is taking a new dimension. We now have leaders, traditional leaders who have contributed immensely to the development of their community. And on Trailblazers Africa, our satellite will be going towards some of the traditional leaders we have in our great country, Republic of Ghana, what they are doing, especially in a community where maybe nobody would want to say this is too much of natural resources that is being found in that place. So today, I'll be speaking with a traditional leader who really has shown a lot of passion for his people. And of course, we try to know what is the contribution of traditional leaders to the development of our countries all over Africa. Then at the government of the day involving the traditional institution in most of the decision and the policy they are making in order to ensure that the country becomes a better place for all of us to stay. Trailblazer Africa is the program, and I am Moses Owopade, and today I have the privilege of bringing to the studio of my great program, Trailblazers Africa, Nana Obokomatta the chief of Gomoa Dasum. I beg your pardon if my pronunciation is not very perfect. That is why I brought him right here to do justice to some of the things we may not be able to get right. I want to welcome you, Nana, to the program, sir.
Thank you, Moses.
Will I say, because I know you are from Central Region, yes, will I say Akwa by Etisain? So let's take a look at your beginnings, sir. How did it all begin with the Nana before you became a Nana?
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and we thank God for this great day He has given to us. It all began about 10 years ago. In reality, my uncle, Nana Obokomatta IX, he was a police assistant commissioner. He died about 27 years ago. By then, I was a little boy at Palm Secondary School. And my mother comes after him direct. So the honors we fancies or the accounts, we inherit the maternal side. So maternal side means when your uncle dies, you are the one to succeed him. And I know for fact that in those times, it was even when you inherit him, you are supposed to even marry the wife.
Wow.
You are supposed to marry the wife. So your uncle's wife becomes your wife. And I have witnessed some as I speak to you, because I know for fact that when my father himself died, his nephew, Nana Esamuedu, the fifth of Manford, inherited my father because he was a nephew to my father. So it was that he supposed to marry my mother, and there was no two ways about that. But he declined. He said he cannot climb the same ladder as his uncle did. But when you go to a certain community, it's done. So that is how the whole journey began. And when we are children of 5 nephews, and I'm the middle one. Mostly, traditionally, they don't take the elder to be the chief. They take the one in between or the last to become the chief, so that the elderly will advise. Because when they take you, the elder, as a chief, we the young ones cannot advise you. So they will take the younger ones so that the elderly ones will advise you. Wow. So that is how the whole thing is being done. Yes.
Wow. Well, what if the younger one decide to be proud and say, "Oh, I am the chief, so you are just my elder brother, and you are not"? Can pride really affect the younger one who is being crowned?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. In reality, for my 9-year, 10-year as a chief, we've come across series of this. But know that when in our Fanta parents they say on him and name info, we don't say on him and number fraba. What we are trying to say is when they advise you, then they advise you on the caucus of being maybe your brother, your direct brother, your direct sister, whatever. But aside with that, you have the other uncles, the old men who are there who gives advice. So when you are when pride takes better part of you, you have people who will sit you down and talk to you. You understand? It's not so easy that, because even before you become a chief, the processes you go through, you have a small room, you go there, you have this one, you that. Mind you, irrespective of whatever village you are, the process of taking a chief is the same as any big chief you can have. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So the processes of becoming a chief is the same as a very big chief will also go through. You understand? So because before you become a chief, you go through the rituals. You understand? You are taught how to talk. You are taught how to speak. You are taught how to even smile, how to even walk in public. You understand? How to even walk in public. You are taught everything. So I know for a fact that if you are groomed from all these processes, there's no way pride should take better part of you.
Well, I think Africa, we must sincerely appreciate what we have. If you become a chief or a traditional leader, you'll be taught how to speak. You'll be taught how to even walk on the road. That's very interesting. Let me take this before we go into the other side of the program. Now, what would you say becoming a chief are taken away from you when now who was you told me that you were once Ato. Who was Ato before becoming a Nana? That maybe some of the thing Ato used to do then is been robbed of him as a Nana now.
Thank you very much. Ato, my real name, I know for fact my mother gave me was Archibald Atupetu. That is the name I used from my... Initially, I was James. And as we grew, my mother also changed the name to become Ebenezer. Then as we grew, I got this Archibald from my uncle, the one who I succeeded, Obokomatta IX, the police officer. He was Archibald Sinclair Say. You understand it? So I was trying to imitate him. I don't know he would die so early for me to be in his shoes, but that was how the whole thing began. So I chose the name Archibald Atupetu when I was in secondary school, Form 1. My mother did not oppose to it, but then my father has long died. So those who know me as Archibald Atupetu. And the rob that has the chieftaincy has taken away from me is you know, once a chief, you cannot do so many things. Number one, you just can't go to initially when I was a young man coming up doing my own thing, you drive your car, you pass it, you sit down, you meet friends, you drink, you do that. Now you can't do that, you see. And now you have to be very careful because the least you do, it carries weight and they can use to disgrace you. So now I'm more careful because you don't know where you step somebody's toes, of which you will not be forgiven. You understand it? Because if you are not forgiven, that is where the danger lies. And mind you, the name, when you are a chief, the stool you sit on it gives you the name. So, for instance, I am Obokomatta IX. So you could see some of my cars have branded it Obokom. You understand? So that is the stool. So that is where the core is. You understand? Because the stool gives you the power, and the stool gives you everything. You understand? The Almighty Being, He has been our creator. He has done everything for us. But the stool you sit on it, that is why you are called a chief. You understand it? So socialization, fine. Some of the things has been taken away from me, but I thank God. At the end of the day, I'm okay because.
Well, Nana Obokomatta IX says he's very much okay in spite of some of the things that becoming a chief is taken from him. But then I think it's also a very great honor because you can cut the short. In Africa, we do respect our traditional institutions. Would you say we still give the stew the honor that is deserved of them?
Yes.
In Africa.
Yes, it's true because when you read some of the magazines and you read some of the papers, even far away in Nigeria, far away in Senegal, Benin, across the West African area, you see we place a very good emphasis on the stool because we know, because mind you, the traditional rulers are the custodians of the land. You understand it? It doesn't belong to the politician. It doesn't belong to anybody. They are the custodians. They are the owners of the land we are on it. So, for instance, the Odoko here, as your studio is, it belongs to the chief of the area. But Accra is cosmopolitan, you understand it? So some of the essential functions of the chief has been robbed off. You understand it? For instance, the Odoko chief, where we are, is a very good friend of mine. You understand it? But when I go to the village, when I go to the Sum, things I can have absolute control of, he cannot have, because Accra is cosmopolitan. You understand? So many things goes on, of which is being bypassed the chiefs. But I know for sure that before even the whites came, the chiefs were acting as judges. You understand? And there were truth in the country. There were truth because the chiefs, it's like a lesser god. They exercise a little caution, because if you do anything, God has his own way of punishing people. But you know, these gods, our lesser gods, straight away, he does anything to you anytime he wants to do. You understand it? Because they are not ever merciful God as our God is. You understand? So, in short, it's something I feel that traditional rulers must also come out again. You understand it? They are doing their best, but we need a little push to go on.
The traditional leaders are doing their best, and they are the custodian of the land. Nana has actually touched on one area that would interest all of us, talking about the truth in the country when the power of judgment, of justice, I beg your pardon, is given to the traditional leaders, that there was truth. Now, I've really shifted, that the shift from, giving honor to the traditionalist now to the government and the court, especially in the area of dispute resolution and what have you, has it really affected the truth you mentioned in the land? Across Africa, we are not looking at Ghana alone here.
Okay. No, I'm not trying to imply that. But what I mean is, if somebody does something to you, I know for sure a certain village in Togo, I went there for a funeral, and when we were going, I saw a snake, this short snake, and we passed over it. When we passed over it, there was a man who was leading us to the village. When I passed, I didn't know. When I passed over it, then the man said, "Hey, Nana, what have you done?" I said, "Oh, there was a thing I was trying to dodge, but it was just at the middle of the road, so I have to pass over it." So we passed over it, we went. When we got to the village, not knowing the snake was the god of the village.
Wow.
So in the night, we didn't know. So the man who was with me has to come and take the snake, do rituals, bury it as if they are burying human being. For us to have our freedom. Us, mind you, I'm also on a stool, so I'm somehow protected by some of the rituals we also do. So the man did everything. After he has done everything for us, then he came back to inform us that, Nana, the snake you ran over was a god, and as such, we have to do all the rituals for our car to go back. As it was that we cannot bring the car back to Ghana. You understand? So that village, I was reliably informed that nobody sleeps and closes his door, because you don't have any right to pick anything that does not belong to you. That the God will strike you. Do you understand? They will strike you instantly. So that place, there's no petty stealing, minor social vices that is engulf us, it's not there. You understand? But as I said earlier, God, the omnipotent God, is ever merciful God. He has his own way of dealing with us. But these lesser gods, as I'm narrating to you, they will act as swift as they can. You understand? So traditionally, the society subjects or attach this lesser gods' powers to the chiefs. You understand? Initially, the olden times. So they feel that anything the chief will act or will say, you understand it? I'm not trying to also say that some of the chiefs are not corrupt. Some of them are corrupt. Where they have to put that this is A, they will not say it's A, they will say it's B. You understand? But that will not even pass my eye, because when I see it's A, I'll put it as A. You understand? So is some of our judges. You understand? Some of them also act unprofessionally. Let me put it as easy as that. And that the truth of the matter does not come out well. You understand? Some of them, this is because we've been reading on the papers, the judges are corrupt. We don't know how far it's true. But this is what we are hearing. And the chief justice at times comes out, they talk to them, they have seminars. So some of the chiefs are. But in the olden days, you can't do that. You'll be striked. You will be striked. But now, it's good, because the Savior, the Jesus Christ, came to save us. Because when he died, instantly you saw, when you read from the Bible, the veil. The veil got on. That signifies, when you hear the preachers, signifies now we can reach God at any time you want. You understand? So Moses.
Yeah, Your Highness, let's take a look at traditional institution and policy making for the state. Would you want to advocate that the traditional leaders should be allowed to be part of some of the policies by the government of the land?
Yes, I strongly agree that. Let me tell you something. There was we went for, I'm crying also for Gomoa Champion Traditional Council.
That means you are the paramount leader.
Yeah, I'm part of the decision. I'm also the cabinet member of Gomoa Champion Traditional Council. You understand? There was a meeting we went, and you know this ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution, if I'm right, which gives some of powers to the chiefs to go to court, take some of the cases that are before our lordships to settle. You understand? There was a paper I saw that was even trying to still take some of the powers of the chiefs to court. You understand? And I don't remember very well, but I know they brought something for us to sign, saying that, this one, that they should leave it with the chiefs to settle. You understand? So I know the regional House of Chiefs and the paramouncies are fighting to get some powers for the chiefs to act and act more. Because now most of the powers of the chiefs have been taken away. You understand? Most, because some of the issues you cannot even settle at the palace. You understand? Of course, we have some clear ones that are criminals, that are borders on that. You cannot do anything about it. But some of them within the localities, if the chiefs have the power to reside upon it, we could move forward. And it also goes a long way to decongest our prisons. You understand it? And it goes a long way to ease the pressure at the courts. You understand it? Because to get a case, to acquire a lawyer, to go to court, to go through the process, is a little cumbersome than going to the palace to settle. You understand it? Because when you come to the palace, the only thing you have to bring initially is the schnapp. That one you cannot do anything away with it. Yes. And the rest is nothing so expensive than going to the court. So I will entreat, if the need be, that we could have more powers to settle most of the cases at the traditional level, it will be better. And you will see a little of less pressure on the people.
we should give power to resolve some of the disputes to the traditional leaders, as that will help us build a better society. I've been speaking with Nana Obokomatta IX, Chief of Gomoa Dasum, here in Ghana, but he's actually from the central region of the country. And he's been touching a whole lot of issues that I tell you, very interesting issue today on Trailblazers Africa. Yes, the last time, let me take you back to when we lost the President of the Republic, late Professor John Evans Atamio. Some of you who were traditional leaders were given a particular day to also come and pay your last respect to. How is unity among some of you who are traditional leaders? Because I saw some of you, all of you, going around but is that cosmetic, or there is real unity amongst the traditional leaders we have?
Yes, there's a real unity among the traditional leaders. I must be say for fact. When the chiefs meet, it's like you meeting your friends. They discuss anything they want to discuss. Especially when you go for a meeting, the traditional meeting, at my level as the Gomoa Champion traditional area, of which Obrefo, Hunakon, Ahor, and Kobia, the second is the president. After the deliberations, we have enough time to discuss anything. If my boundary ends here, the next chief also boundaries start from where. So we'll sit down, and most of the time, that is why I'm saying, if the chiefs are given more power, when we meet, we discuss everything common. The chief can ask you, hey, I've got this case. Have you had some before? How did you rule over it? You understand? So, and it's okay. And when a chief has a problem at his end, he can invite you as a chief. Oh, Nana, come and help me to settle this dispute. And it's done across everywhere. You understand? So the relationship is very, very, very good. Because me, for instance, wherever I go, I know the Western Regional President House of Chiefs, and I know the Deputy Central Regional House of Chiefs. They are my good friends. Even though they are my daddies, when I meet them, I relate very well with them. You understand? So that tells you it might be anything, but when a chief and another chief meet, the relationship is very, very cordial. Very, very, very cordial, Moses. Very, very cordial.
That means you also see yourself as, look, we are colleagues. So
Indeed, it's the same. It's the same. They talk everything. They laugh anything they want to laugh over it.
Your Highness, let me ask you this very funny question. In those days, I don't know whether it is, but I know it happened in most of African countries, that when there is a public function and the chief is there, and people are dancing, especially women, and the king, the chief cites maybe a woman and says, look, that woman belongs to me. And nobody, even if she's the wife of somebody, nobody can query the chief's power in that area. Have you been able to step on some women like that and claim them to be your wives?
Moses, this is very gangantua question. This is very, very gangantua question. Moses, I must be frank with you. The traditional norms is changing.
Okay.
The traditional norms is changing because of modernization. In those days, fine. But if I take myself, for instance, I have one wife. I've been a chief for almost 10 years. Still, and Nestina Hineku is still my wife. I don't have anybody now. And I've gone to functions where people dance to the admiration of anything you can think of. But you just have to be very careful because not everything we say is right. You understand it? I don't know how to put it in English, but we have. No, I don't want to try.
Not everything that is desired is right.
It's right. That is it. It shows that now, and I cannot forge my head out that that tradition still exists. I read about King Swazi of Swaziland. You understand? He was the one, I don't know the number of wives he's got now, but quite recently he married. You understand? Because there was this function, the lady came and danced, blah, blah, and he took the lady as a wife. But traditionally, that thing is not there. Yeah, because of modernization. Because now, mind you, you cannot do certain things. As I said, we have a right for everything, but not everything is right. You understand? So that thing is not there. I cannot say for fact that. But now, what is there is, when you become a chief, they have something they call a guahoyere. That is the wife tied to the stool. And that one, I know for fact that some of my colleague chiefs have got another wives. That one is there. I myself am being pushed to go in for a guahoyere. You understand? That one is, before you become a chief, maybe you have a wife, but the woman tied to the stool has been trained. You understand how to cook for the chief. Excuse me to say, in those times, and it's still there, when a woman is menstruating, our women, our mothers, you don't get closer to the chief. You understand it? When a woman is menstruating, the woman does not cook for the chief. You understand? So that end up by some of our chiefs marrying as much as 10 or 5 wives. So he rotates. If today you are in that position, you don't cook for me, you don't near me, and this one. So that was the process. But now, because of modernization, it has come to the level that, and I know for a fact that some of our colleague chiefs, the wives will be, even though will be menstruating, but they will be cooking. You understand it? Even though they will be doing certain things, but they will be doing certain things of which initial or the olden days you cannot have access to. You understand it? So it's changing, but that also has added a little problem for the chiefs, because if we are supposed to go strictly according to the tradition, and know certain things that is happening can be dodged. Moses.
Well, Chief, it's been wonderful today, I must tell you. What is the mineral resources in Gomoa Dasum? What is his vision for Gomoa Dasum? And what are we likely to see the city becoming? Or I say the city because I know he told me that his vision is to turn the town into a city. All of this will be coming your way after this short break. We'll be back on Trailblazers Africa. Welcome back to the program. It's still Trailblazers Africa with me, Moses Owopade, and my guest, Nana Obokomatta IX, Chief of Gomoa Dasum at the Central Region of the Republic of Ghana, is my guest on the program. And if you join us for the first half of the program before we went on break, you will hear him talk about so many issues that borders on traditional leadership or rulership in Africa. And of course, some of the things that modernization is taking away, so that Chief will not continue to claim some of our wives and say they are their own wives. Well, but thank God for that modernization that is taking that away from us. But he's still with me in the studio, and I'll be looking more into his, well, if it is a politician, you say constituency, but now as a traditional leader into his, community, his town. Yeah. Your Highness, you're welcome back to the program, sir.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah. What is the state with Gomoa Dasum now?
Yeah, Gomoa Dasum, I should put it, it's a small community with more potentials. We lie very close to Kaswa. It's just about less than 20 minutes to Kaswa, from Kaswa to Gomoa Dasum. And we have a very good road there. We have water, we have electricity, and we are just at the center of a lot of communities surrounding us. And I should put it, I have a very good land for farming. Yeah, I have a very good land for farming. You know, SD Karams, when they came to Ghana, it was my village they came to, and they were the #1 producer of yams. So I have a very good land for farming at my village. And the prospect of Gomoa Dasum is very high. Quite recently, not too far away, Minerals Commission came around, and I think they found a gold at my village. And I'm in the process of talking to them to see how far it will go. In fact, they came, they picked, ordinary stone they picked from the streets what was potential of becoming, then we have gold at the village. And so we know the association, the troubles of this Galamsey, the pits they've been digging. So as we are coming in fresh, we'll put certain things right to avoid these all difficulties, you understand? Because as the accounts will say, here there, so that you don't fall into his traps. So I know when we begin, Gomoa Dasum begins mining gold, is going to be wonderful for the whole country.
Now, I'd like for you to let our viewers watching this program within and outside the country know the vision that you have to bring about development, because my interaction with you tells me that you're a successful man yourself. So how do you want to translate that success into the community?
Thank you. Success belongs to God. And I know for sure with God, God created us to be successful, you know. And so we need to do certain things right for you to be successful. The community as it stands now is a little community, but with a very huge name. You understand? A very little community, but a very huge name because of our influences that goes on. And as I mentioned earlier on, there's a potential at the village. There's potential. And you cannot rule anything out. You understand? So now we are unfortunate that we don't have the cocoa and the timber within our area. But what we have, we have the palm trees. And we are very good in corn. As I told you, the yam, we have very good land for yam. You understand it? So the sky is our limit, and we know the little we are learning here and there. I traveled some time back, went to India. I had some people who wanted to put a modern secondary school, a school that comprises everything. We wanted to put the school before even we start to enroll. You understand it? We get all the staff common room, the structures, everything down before we will put in the adverts. Then we will start to enroll the students. So before you come, it's not that we are going to take you money to build the school. No, we will put everything down. So I'm on it. When I went to US too, I've got some investors who are highly interested. I'll be going again to get them down. And with a little support from the village, with Nana behind me, I hope we will get to places. Yeah,
Your Highness, it appears that your vision is very, very big for the people. Do you really get the support from the people, as in the area of land, not saying that, oh, this land belongs to my father, this land belongs to my uncle, so we are not going to give, in spite of the fact that it is the chief that owns the land?
Yes, thank you. Gomoa Dasum has not got that problem at all. Let me tell you for a fact that the whole land of Gomoa Dasum belongs to me. Yes, it was my grandfather, my uncle, who came to settle there. You understand it? So, unlike some of the other crows, they don't have land. But I'm fortunate. The whole land of Gomoa Dasum belongs to me. You understand? So I don't have any qualms over it at all. that somebody will raise anything. This one belongs to this clan. This one belongs. No, the whole land of Gomoa Dasum belongs to me. So anything I want to do with it, I'm at liberty to do anything. When I came, my uncle, the Obokomatta IX, allotted some of the land to the indigenes of the village. Oh, that you with here, do it, this, do that. So you could see that over these years, that is where they've been weeding, or that is where they've been farming. But I'm bringing another a policy altogether that because some of them are so big that they cannot farm all, and they in turn have given it out to outsiders to farm for them. So I'm trying to apportion to you. If you deserve 1 acre, I'll give it to you. Those who deserve 2 acres, I'll give it to them. Then the rest I'll take all. You understand it? Then embodied it, because quite recently I met some businessman. He needs as much as 2,000 acres of land. You understand? So I have to do that to get more land for a very good investor. You understand it? Mind you, this company that does the pineapple fruit, Milani, he farms on my land. It's on my land. Pineapple, it's on my land. It's also another very good investment in my area. You understand? So I'm in the process of putting in more land there for a very good investor to come.
Well, this is a very tall dream and a very big vision that Chief has for his people. And now let's go back to African setting. When some of you traditional leaders meet, do you discuss some of the developmental issue amongst yourself, how you can bring development to your community, or is everybody to his own?
No. When we meet, as I told you earlier on, when we meet, we discuss anything like any businessmen have met to discuss. We discuss anything like friends, ordinary friends have met at a drinking spot, to talk about. So this thing, you will tell him, oh, I've got this place. Do you have anything for somebody who is interested? So this one has been sold out to all the chiefs around. And so I know certain chiefs who has also got a vast land there. So it's not exclusive, except that most of the chiefs, and a chief and another chief does not fight. You understand? Most of the fight comes from maybe boundaries. You understand it? And most of the boundaries, you will see that even though there will be fights or there will be disputes, that particular chief and that particular chief will talk. You understand it? By virtue of you becoming a chief, you are not supposed to. You are supposed to be a sacred person. SACRED, very sacred person. So you are not supposed to have a fight with anybody. You are not supposed to have enmity. You are not supposed to keep somebody's matter within you. You understand it? Because when you are taken as a chief, everybody, those who like you, those who does not like you, becomes your friends. For instance, when the president, when you are chosen as a president, irrespective of who voted for you or who didn't vote for you, you become the president for all. You understand? So you could see that those who go to radio every day and talk, it's that our president, even though he knows he didn't vote for him, but he said our president. You understand? So once you become a leader, you supervise over the right, over the wrong, over the good, over the bad, over the short and the tall.
You become the leader over everybody, not only those who love you, those who don't like you, you lead over them. Let's look at collaboration with other countries' traditional leaders. How has it been with other nations? How do you traditional leaders probably collaborate amongst yourselves?
That much I know. We failed. I must put it straight away like that. But I know Otum 482 has done marvelous well. You could see when he's having a function, he brings in some of the chiefs outside the country.
Yeah, I've seen the Oni of Ife and several other.
Yes.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you could see none of the chiefs has a link, or if they have, they don't invite the other chiefs to come and support and help. And it could have been one of the best things for us to do. You know, Moses, if we were to do that, this boundary disputes over the certain countries will not have existed. Because you know that when the traditional rulers become so close, you understand it, the relationship will even be stronger than even the president becoming so closer. You understand it? Because the traditional rulers will not hurt. As for the politician, they can hurt anytime. You understand it? And the politician has a very limited time to rule. For instance, Ghana, whatever you do, within 8 years, you go away. What happens to you? But traditional ruler, as I sit down here, until I close my eyes that I'm no more, before I'll stop becoming a chief. I'll be a chief until the time I died. You understand? So now, it shows that if the traditional rulers has been so close, cordial with each other within the boundaries of these countries, you understand it? You could have seen that the relationship between each country would have been even stronger than the president.
Yeah, at your capacity.
You understand me?
Yeah, at your capacity, can you facilitate some?
Yes, I can, but you know, it's difficult. Difficult in the sense that you have to sell yourself for you to be bought. And the selling aspect now with the internet, YouTube, whatever they call it, some of us, you have to go through all this process to get your partners outside your jurisdiction, to get them in to come and help. So it's you inviting me here is another opportunity of me selling myself to other traditional rulers, wherever they may be. I don't know your catchment area, but it's another form of inviting them that, well, we are wide open our arms. We want you to come because we are there forever. You understand? Until death do us part. So it's a form of pleading with them also to come. You understand? So I'm appealing to all the traditional rulers to open more room for other traditional rulers outside the country to come.
Well, that's a very great appeal that the traditional leaders can bring a whole lot of development, peace, and unity, not only within the country where they are, but even amongst other countries. Because you know, we've been talking about so many issues, especially in West Africa. I do pray that some of the traditional leaders will take leave from what Nana is saying today, and then something will be. Collaboration is a very key. Now, he uttered a statement that sell yourself for you to be bought. This is the time for us to also, that's a very powerful statement, even for some of us in the public relations world, that you must sell yourself for you to be bought. Without being sold, you may not be bought. Now, initially, you go to the traditional leaders with, they say we pay homage to the traditional leaders. But today, people expect traditional leaders to even give them. Is it because some of our traditional leaders like yourself are wealthy, well-to-do, and they feel, oh, these ones, they don't need anything again? or we are getting it all wrong?
Moses, fine. Homage is there, whatever, because I know for a fact that some of the chiefs are very wealthy people, some of them, because they are wealthy because they have the land, because now land is money. I have got more land, you understand. And as for homage, there's no two ways about that. But now, the little problem you have is the demand on traditional rulers. It's like the MPs or the politician. Now, when you become a chief, you have to pay everybody's school fees. You understand? Because they see you as their role model, they see you as their God, they see you as their father, they see you as their uncle. So many things in the community of which you preside over comes to you to solve. Excuse me. Some of them, you can't solve it. So that even puts some of the potential rulers away because they are scared. Because when they get there, then the demand on you becomes so much that you cannot survive. You understand? But the olden time was not like that. The olden time, when you become a chief, the community organized to go and wait for you. They will do everything you want. They will do it for you because they need you as a leader. You understand it? So But now, as the modernization is changing things, so they see you as the breadwinner for all of the community. You understand it? So now, in fact, if you are not well equipped, it will be difficult for you to become a chief. I must be frank with you. Sorry. If you are not well equipped, it will be difficult for you to become a chief because you don't have money. What will you do? Every day they will come. And when they come, they are not bringing you. They will not bring. But when they come, what they will drink, at the end of the day. What they will eat, you have to give. You understand? But we thank God that at times the community organize this communal labor. They will go and weed for you. You get some foodstuffs in the village. When they come, you give them. But aside with that, the chiefs who does not, the Odikros who does not have land, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult.
Very, very difficult indeed. I must say the traditional leadership is now a very serious office to occupy. How can we strengthen the traditional institution in Africa? How can we empower them the more? How can the government, give them more role to the people and even to the nation?
That's a very difficult question, The government can do a lot for the chiefs or the traditional rulers. And the traditional rulers themselves, ourselves, have to also be ready to accept the challenge. Indeed, it was there, as our early conversation shows. It was there because the traditional rulers were the people who preside over everything in the community. They were like the police officers. You understand? Because what betides you, you hear that, hey, we are taking you to the palace. You'll be shaken, but now it's not there. You understand? Because some of the issues that has to come to the palace, straight away they will lodge at the police station. Straight away they will lodge at the police station. So now it has lessened the burden of the chiefs. You understand? And as I told you earlier on, some of the, I cited a document, I've forgotten about that, but the document was trying to take some of the powers of the traditional rulers to the courts. You understand? So my humble appeal is that some of these things must be looked at it again. You understand? It will go, we've said it earlier on, it will go a long way to reduce the pressure on our courts, our prisons, so many places. Because not all of the things are punishable by going to jail. You understand it? For instance, I know for a fact that stealing is not good. But take it, Moses, take it for instance. Somebody who has stole somebody's cassava and is jailed for 5 years. Moses, something, because some of the offenses needs to be, the person needs to be talked to change. You understand it? You know, stress, emotional stress. You understand it? Emotional stress and doing things unknowingly can land you into so many things of which maybe you've not planned to do. So such people, they don't need to be punished instantly like going to jail. They need to be talked to, and they will change. I must be frank with you. Yeah. And they will change. And that thing can best be done at the traditional level. You understand it? And you know, is that we are trying to throw some of the traditions away. But some of the children are born into this world, they need pacifications. You understand it? Some of them, they have to pray, pour libation for them. I'm a very good Christian. I worship with Moses Owopade Christian Church, but I'm not trying to say I'm a very, very good Christian. But some of the traditions cannot be thrown away. You understand? So some of the children, you see them, you've seen some people, he will go to jail, he will come, tomorrow he will go to jail. It's not for fun, no. He needs to be, some of the things he needs to go home, then they will do certain things for him to change.
Well, Nana, I just got the signal that we have a very short time on the program. But before we go, I want you to talk to your people, the people of Gomoa Dasum, who might be watching. And I'm sure you have some well-to-do men and women there who will be watching their Nana and say, oh, this is our Nana. What is your message to them as regards the development of your community in particular? I'm interested in seeing your community becoming a model for the rest of the world.
Thank you for the last. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I have a lot of people to say thank you or to say thank you. I have a lot of friends I'm clearing agent at Temahabo, and I've done this work for the past 22, 23 years.
Wow.
My best regards goes to all the clearing agents at the Temahabo, especially Alexander at the Ankara. He was a friend. He's still a friend. I love him. He should be. And it goes to my boss, Mr. Joseph Kwame Siamwe Japan. He's the CEO for Zoom Lion. And he's also the CEO for J Plant Pool. And my best regards goes to all the chiefs in Gomoa Achampim traditional area, especially the cabinet members. And my best regards also go to Mr. Odote Sowa. He's called Speedy. He's a father. And it goes all to my church members, Mozama Disco Christo members of Dansuma, and my workers, Julie, Jifa, Kweku, Odaze, Abeku, Kobe. I have a lot. And my best regards also go to my family. I have a beautiful daughter. She's called Sylvia. Nana Masam Comfort Petu. My wife, Ernestina Hineku. My children, Walter, Kofisowa. The first one is in U.S. It's called Albert Kobnanan Petu. And my friends in U.S., my friends in India, my friends, I have a lot.
Wow. Wow, what do you expect from a chief? He has so many people.
And my best regards also to go to customs. You know, let me say this. When I became a chief, I've been given a special preferential treatment. And my best regard goes to the AC, Mr. Ibrahim, and his assistant, Mr. Awudu, and all the customs bosses at Temahabo. In fact, indeed, they've been of immense help to me. And once I've got the opportunity, let me say hi to them, and may God richly bless all of them. And I know in no time, God will bless us, everybody, and we can do well.
Yeah, we can all do well. God will bless everybody. Your word of advice to the government and to other traditional leaders like you as we go.
Yes, my best advice to the government for first is they shouldn't neglect the chiefs at all, because there's wisdom on the stool we sit on. That is simple. There's wisdom on the stool we sit on. So you could see that most of the presidents, before they will go anywhere, they will go, Nana, we are coming to your land, we need your blessing. And I want them to do more than what they are doing. I want them to do more than what they are doing. And my best, another advice to the chiefs is, we are humble already, because when you become a chief, you become humble by virtue of you being a chief. And so I wish, another regards, mostly before I forget, goes to my brother. He is the president of Central Regional House of Chiefs, Dasebre Kwebu Ewusi. Dasebre Kwebu Ewusi. He is the Omahine for Abiaze Dominance traditional area. And my best regards goes to him. So, and his children.
Well, thank you very much, Chief. He's been able to speak with us at length today on the program Trailblazers Africa, and it's a pleasure. Like he said, that it's a pleasure for him to be on the program. It's our great and very rare honor to have a traditional leader on this program. This program had featured one of the traditional leaders in Ghana, about two of them, I beg your pardon. Then he is the third to come on Trailblazers Africa. I want to thank you very much in spite of your time, the people that have been dragging you from right, left, and center. You were able to make the program. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Moses. I'm grateful.
Well, that is where we'll be rounding it off today on Trailblazers Africa. By the grace of God, we'll be back next week. But I won't go without saying a big thank you to the last birthday boy in the house. He's been a very wonderful guy. ID Johnson, happy birthday in arrears to you. And, well, I think we need to celebrate you by popping some champagne on you. And again, I want to say a big thank you to Elvis Donko and Law. I call him the rule in the house. He rules over every certain things. And of course, he's ruling over the camera that is also taking this program. Ato is doing well. Dan is also well. Lord has been very wonderful. And Flexi, he's been flexing all around the studio. And want to say a big thank you to all of you. My name is Moses Owopade. I'll see you again next week on Trailblazers Africa. Have a wonderful week ahead, and God bless you. Bye-bye.